Maine, Massachusetts, New York, and Vermont, you can get 10 cents for an empty can.
Yep. You also pay
Amazing.
for it.
All right, what's up, folks? Welcome to Foreign and Domestic. It is good to be here. Good to see everyone. We got a full panel, and we have the one, the only, the Battle Bean. Sir, if you would, get us started off right.
Well, hello, everybody. All right, let's go and get started. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Awesome, brother. Awesome. Good to see you, man. Allen, what's going on?
You're muted there, genius.
Yeah, StreamYard was not wanting me to communicate, I guess. Good week, standing in front of Big Blue here. Probably be doing my own thing here most of the time, but according to the YouTubes, I'm looking down here because I have to. I have to wait until the chat opens up. Good gracious, this computer is slow as all get out. We have a number of people out there. Ashley out there. Duffer 426, Edward Petty G23, Keith Gregory, Lakeview Outdoors, man, Quartermaster Reviews, Reloading from the Hot Pot. We've got Rich White out there, the Tactical FUD. Man, people starting to flow in. Good to see everybody this weekend. And that's all I got for you at the moment.
Awesome, man. Yeah, good to see everyone out there jumping in.
Battle
Bean,
we did just have one other person join. We did just have one other person join, though. It's the YouTube auditor. Go eat a bowl of dicks.
All right. Battle Bean, what's going on, man?
Hey, good evening, everyone. Side chat. Hope everybody's doing well. Not just over here, just enjoying some good conversation with my friends, and look forward to the chat. So I appreciate the invite, like always. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, good to see you, man.
Appreciate friendly conversation with no obligation.
Val, what's going on, brother?
Not a whole lot. I had a really nice weekend. I finally got to shoot some competition. I shot one yesterday. I shot one today. After 2 weeks that I got rained out. And why is there an echo? Well, anyway. So that was, had a nice weekend. Got a new haircut. And kind of enjoying it. So I think I'm going to be a true redneck because the sun was pounding on my neck all day today.
All right. Jamie, what's going on, brother?
I've been out playing with my pickup truck, and I've got mine's a 77 C10 square body thing, and I've got that crease in the hood thing, when you lower the hood, and it kind of bows and bends right there. I bought this kit from Harley, and I went out there and put these two little brackets on the hood, and of course I had to drill holes and run screws in there and all that stuff. Man, you can slam that hood now, wham. I mean, it goes right down. It latches perfect every single time. You guys that are familiar with square bodies know that they'll eventually break. They'll start a crease all across there. But anyway, that's what I've been doing.
So you're saying it's more gooder now?
It's more better, yes, sir. And I have one question for you, Scotsman. Is Mario still the sexiest guy on YouTube?
First of all, I didn't come up with that. That was Janice Gay, and I think he needed glasses at the time. Just saying.
I'm going to say this. He has the best eyebrows on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Look at those, man.
I mean, those suckers are killer. Look at those.
That's right.
I mean,
Very,
you can
very
hardly see him
animated.
because it's dark and he's brown. But
I know. I am blending with my background.
And Mario can tell you there are no military regs on eyebrows.
No, there isn't.
Nope.
Nope, there isn't.
They're very animated. That's pretty cool.
Daniel, what's going on, man?
Oh, not too much. I just well, last weekend I went and shot a night shoot, did the Spectre night shoot. That was very interesting. Learned a lot. Learned what I should shoot at night and what I shouldn't shoot at night. But had a good time at it. This upcoming weekend, I'll go to an all classifier match. 8 stages of nothing but classifiers. So that's everything that's going on in my life. How you doing, Scotsman?
I'm hanging in there, man. Been a busy week, busy week, and another busy week coming up. So, and hopefully I'll be coming down to see you that Saturday and doing the classifier with you. So
Okay.
hopefully we'll get that going.
You'll bet it.
Alan, what's
So
working
are
on
you
loading?
classified? Daniel, are you classified by now?
No. I've only shot like 6 matches, and it's been PSCL, USPSA, outlaw matches. You know, I just didn't do enough. But this one here is all 8 stages of classifiers. So
Well, this one will get you classified because I think you need 6 classifiers to get classified.
yeah, it should.
I
just gotta
can't.
decide.
I can make an A class to save my life. Yesterday, I had a perfect setup. I had all A's, but I missed the steal. And half a second I lost to make up the steal cost me A class classifier. Today, same thing. All A's. I missed it by maybe 0.25 second to make it to A class. I'll be B class forever.
Hey, if I make a B class, I'll be happy.
You ain't gonna make a B class. Maybe in 5 years. Not the
No, you don't have
rate
to.
you going.
You don't have to run
You know.
in these classifiers. Maybe 10 foot. That's it.
I mean, you're so nice with the encouragement of how well he's gonna do. Like, come on, man. You're gonna suck, man. You're gonna fucking suck.
See,
Like I said before, Daniel, it's nice to have dreams.
Oh,
see, stuff like that's why I ain't shot my first match yet.
I haven't run into anybody like Bald at any of these matches. The closest person at any of these matches with Bald's attitude is this guy.
Listen, I
Jamie,
shot.
you're gonna do just fine, brother. You gotta
Yeah.
get out there and go shoot one. Don't
I shot with a guy
Get out there and
yesterday.
shoot.
The guy was more nimble than anybody else on the squad. He was just running around like, I mean, you looked at him. He looked like he was partying with Moses. You know, definitely older than Jamie. Then we got to talk. The guy was shooting like a bat out of hell. He's 80 years old. Go watch the video on Instagram. The guy's 80 years old. He was like, holy mother of God. He looked like he doesn't have a single hurting body or a freaking muscle in his. He was out there having fun. And swear to God, his social security had to be like 2.
Hey, he's running out there. He's got this long staff. He's wearing this robe, and in his right hand, bah, 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 bah. Done.
And he was running CZ.
See, he was like Moses, parted the water.
CZ laugh, baby. CZ laugh.
CZ
Alan,
makes
what you
me
working on
blow
loading,
that up.
man?
And you muted again. There you go. And
Now
you
it's muted again.
because of the reverberation in this room, I end up having to close off the mic quite a bit, even though all my sound is coming from all the way on the other side of the place. What'd you say, Scotsman?
I was asking what you were working on loading. What's
Oh,
Big Blue doing?
Just replenishing some range 9. Just replenishing stuff that's gotten shot up over the last couple of days. Went out and and just ran some 9, ran some regular pole, some regular draw drills, and try to stay up on the skills. Just try and stay up on things. So just regular range 9 just to replenish the supply.
Wow.
So you've been doing some drills. Have you been practicing your reloads?
I've been
Alan?
practicing my reloads all day yesterday because I'm shooting in New York.
Well, do it in a absolute dark. That is completely new ball game. Yeah, wear a blindfold and do it. Absolute black. Mario, you're going. Yeah, that's the way it felt when I was at that night shoot. It was cloud cover, no moon. It was blacker than black.
Did you? You didn't shoot with knots. You had a weapon light, right?
I had a white light, and I learned that irons, even with tritium, with a 500 lumen, you can't see it. Well, you can, but it takes a lot of time to be able to see that front post.
You
And that's
don't.
what.
The tritium doesn't do a damn thing with a white light. The fiber
No,
optic is
it
better.
don't. I was hitting. I was the first guy up on the first stage. They had this huge steel at 10 foot, and I'm like, I forgot to turn my light on, and I hit that sucker 6 out of 6, and it still wouldn't drop it. The thing had a front lean on it, so all the weight was going there. And finally, I got that. I mag dumped on that thing and hit it every time with no light, and then did a reload and went there and turned on my light and hit the other ones. And they're going, well, we'll test this and see if we'll just let you have a reshoot. I should have just stuck with the original one. I had a better time.
It seems like you've been getting a lot of reshoots lately and kind of getting lucky here. What's going on?
He uses the senior citizens rule. That's what it is.
When you're the first one up and you're on the first stage, and you always end up with the hardest stage, stage malfunctions happen. It might as well happen to the first guy. That way you get a practice run, and then to get to go back and redo it.
Yeah, you know why it happens to him? Because whenever he finishes stage like that, he turns over the RO and tells him, "I'm not happy," and the RO asks him, "So which one are you?"
Grumpy.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you also got to remember his motto, Scotsman: if you're not cheating, you're not trying to win hard enough.
Yeah.
This is
You just
very
got to
true.
get in there.
Very,
You just got to
very
get in
true.
there an hour early and put some remotes on some of these steels, and have a buddy out there.
Hot Pot's out there saying you got a ambulance going on, man.
Yeah, seriously, man.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Hey,
Why
Alan, it would be nicer if you put your camera to the side so I don't have to see just your back. I'm just saying, just
Well, yeah, I'm still trying to work with this setup. I have absolutely no idea where to put this damn thing.
yeah. I think that's
because if I put it over here, my lighting is completely jacked.
well. You know what I would suggest? You know
I'm
that
gonna have
big
to
ass
change
light
up
that
my lighting and all that, but I can't really. I'm not quite sure. I'm still working with the setup.
Here's what I would tell you. You see that big ass light that's behind you? If you put that facing the wall, it gives you all this ample lighting, and then you don't have that thing just. Yeah, damn man, what the hell you got going on, man? You doing a photo shoot? What the fuck you doing? Look at this fucking guy. Yeah.
Apparently, this is for something
Just
after the chat.
oh,
I'm not quite sure
what
the
are you
hell's going
doing?
on over
Amateur hour later
Yeah,
on? What you doing?
I'm still trying to work on the setup here, man. I don't really know
Oh,
where
okay.
to put this. I don't want to put it this direction,
Well,
but
since,
I don't really know. Yes, I need a lot of damn lighting in here.
well,
Because
if you
it gets really, really dark. So
you have a white
West
wall.
Covina
Use that
Dodge.
shit.
Okay,
Use the
West
white wall.
Covina Dodge called me out.
What do you say?
Yeah, I don't know. If I sign it over there, all you see is my
Porn
dirty
studio.
dishes.
That's what I was thinking, bro. I didn't want to say it.
Just put it back where it was.
Ding, chicka, bing, bing.
Oh, now you made him go away. Way to go, Mario.
Hey man, he needs to learn these things, man. You gonna build a porn studio, at least have good lighting or use it right.
He's moving the lights around.
Yeah, man, leave him alone.
Oh, see, he totally left.
Oh, he'll be back. Quit crying. Cry me
Yeah,
a river. Hey,
if
let me do
he
it
shows
over.
up and it's in the bedroom,
Let me
dude,
do it
I'm
over,
blaming
okay?
you.
Because I didn't get the right angle.
So, Jamie, don't be nervous. Hey, you should have been coming up on your first IDPA match, haven't you? It's coming up
I
quick.
think it's not next weekend, but the next first weekend of August.
Only one thing you got to remember: go fast, don't suck.
Hey,
You'll be
Microtech,
fine, man. Take your time, go slow, do whatever you gotta do. Just take your time. You'll be fine.
Microtech Pro AM, they still have about 20 spots left to sign up. I think it's September 23rd or 4th or something like that.
What is that?
Daniel,
North
you should
Carolina?
come
Is that
down
North
there.
Carolina?
Daniel should come and shoot a 3-gun.
Ain't no way I can't move.
Where's
I just-
that at, Bald? Is that North Carolina or is that South Carolina?
Clinton House, South Carolina. That's a great event.
So how did Hillbilly do with the hard seltzer stuff last night? Did he get one down?
Yeah, we hit the 200 mark. That was it. We didn't hit the 1,000 mark, so this guy didn't have to drink one. I threw it out there. I was trying to be fair to people. Come on,
Yeah.
But hey, you want to see this guy drink one? You gotta open your wallet a little bit. I ain't drinking one for cheap like Hillbilly.
Oh.
Yeah, I was suggested by somebody that my Kimber giveaway, maybe move it to a Give Send Go or something. This way, if the bigger channel promote it, people are not afraid that it's a scam. Because if I do it on my channel, and most of the people that donate me, they pretty much personally know me. They have my address and everything, so they know I'm legit. But a lot of other people might think it's just a scam. So I was thinking maybe opening up the campaign on that and give that a try. If it doesn't break a bank, why not? What do you guys think?
Yeah, ain't gonna hurt nothing.
I just want to get more exposure and get the money ASAP. Because somebody suggested to try to get $5,000 and go like $20, but I'm like, come on, $50 ain't gonna get you even a full tank of gas these days.
All right. No, I think you're right there with that $50. It's just getting the exposure.
And I freaking broke the tip of my Microtech SOCOM Elite.
What was you prying on?
Kid got the bullet stuck in a chamber. They couldn't get it out, and trusty Microtech took care of business. In the process, I broke the freaking tip. I'm like, son of a gun.
Never use a knife for prying.
Well, that's all I had on me, and had to get it done. So I didn't think I'm gonna chip it. It wasn't the first time I did it. I gotta call Microtech, see if they can do something about it. Obviously, it won't be covered under warranty, but
Yeah, you never know. Send it in.
I might just wait till I go down to Pro-Am and
I
talk to.
probably would wait. I'd at least call them and let them know what's going on with it, so they can.
No, because if I go down to Pro-Am, I get to talk to the man himself.
Yeah. He'll have his cameras set up and everything. And say, I'll tell you, then they'll say, here, I broke mine. Here, can you do anything about that?
Well, actually, what I was thinking is maybe go like maybe day ahead, or maybe even 2 days ahead if I can swing it, and stop by the Microtech and just tour the factory.
They're going to be setting up those 2 days before.
Nah, they're not. They're not setting it up. There's people that are doing that stuff.
See, you use the white.
Microtech just sponsors the thing.
Yeah. That's some dirty brass there, Alan. Oh, and he turned the sound off again.
That ain't dirty. Come on,
That's
Daniel.
dirty. That's dirty. It's not shiny.
Some of them's primed and some of
Oh,
them
look
are.
at look at that one right there. It's a primer with a dimple in it. He's putting brass in there that's
I
already
think
been
it's
fired.
decapping, bro. Calm down, Jesus.
Well, that's decapping. It better be because there's another one. So the Dylan will decap it. Oh, he's doing the whole thing. I take the cap prime. I deprime mine before I clean it.
Okay, good for you.
That way I know
Pat
my
yourself on
pockets
the
are
back.
spotless.
Jesus.
Because Jamie complains if you're, when you set your bullets up, if they got a little wiggle.
You're a
Don't
bitch.
you,
Got
Jamie?
it. Love it.
Jamie don't like
No.
bullets that wiggle.
Well, when you don't set your primers deep enough, that's your problem,
Right.
man.
That's
Well,
an issue.
So what the deal is I have a couple of different tubs that I'm working out of right now. They're both been ran through the wash cycle, but one of the tubs was deprimed and the other one wasn't. So I'm literally just running through these tubs of brass that are mixed, primed, and already deprimed.
Anything else you want to add, Daniel?
I was waiting to see if Jamie was going to give a little bit more about the wobbly bullets.
Yeah, we don't play like that. Those
That's why I
primers
hand
got to
prime.
be seated below flush. They do.
Yeah. That's why I'm hand priming everything now. Now I haven't had a light strike or anything since. I don't rely on the machine no more.
Yeah. What are you hand priming with?
An RCBS little hand primer. Squeeze it.
I've got the Frankfurt Arsenal, but that RCBS is a pretty good thing.
I went and bought this one.
I think it's a
it
piece of
don't-
junk, dude.
It is a piece of trash. The primers won't feed. There's this. I'm going to take it back and get my money back. Let's see here. There's this rubber piece right there,
Yeah. No,
and they
those
won't
things.
feed through it.
Yeah, I had the hardest of time with that thing. I think it's junk. I mean,
Yeah.
I like the fact that Lee puts out a lot of stuff, but some of it is good, but some of it isn't. If I was them, I would just get rid of all the junky stuff and just concentrate on the stuff that works well and it's a good value for the customer. But
Well, one of the biggest problems with Lee is we're the test subjects. That's the problem with them.
oh, is that how that works?
They rush this stuff out, and then people start buying it, and we're the test subjects.
I mean, I do appreciate that they do make a lot of stuff that's affordable, but I've gotten to the point now that I don't. I try to kind of stay away from a lot of the Lee stuff. The only thing I do like their dyes for some reason. I don't know. To me, it just maybe because I started with Lee, kind of works for me. I mean, the Dylan dyes are good too, but I don't know. I never had really any issue with their dyes.
I've had no problems with our dyes whatsoever. 95% of what I have is all Lee dyes. So I've never
I'll
had
say
an issue with
this. I'll say this about that. Lee pistol dyes are fine. 223. Do yourself a favor.
Yeah, actually, I got some Dylan dyes that are coming in. Finally, these guys have been taking forever to get me my dyes. I order these carbide dyes and I ordered them like a year and a half ago, and they're barely sending them out. I'm like, you guys are killing me, man. And then you guys know that carbide dyes are not cheap at all, especially the Dylan ones. So yeah, I decided to go that route with the 223 because I've kind of heard the same thing from others about the 223 on the Lee.
Yeah, the Lee 223 dies leave a little bit of. The problem is with the decapping die and the expander ball. Yeah,
Scotsman, is there a backstory to Bernie B. Sanchez's comment there about him giving you the finger from peer pressure?
No clue, man.
I was hoping for a good story.
He's acting like I'm gonna get all butthurt and shit when I really don't care, man.
The fucker's got no feelings, dude. Let me explain that to you. He's got no feelings. He's a hollow soul.
Scotsman thinks if you're giving him the finger, that's a big hug.
Yeah, he actually
look
says
at the
thank
bottom
you.
of his coffee cup. I mean, you know,
Lift it up there, Scotsman, and see the bottom of your coffee cup. Nice. Okay, there's the backstory, then.
so I mean, you know. Andy says the lead desktop primer is cheap, simple, and does a great job. That's good to
Um,
know.
yeah, that is good to know. I've thought about getting that when I was getting started. So, but no, I just honestly, I just like to use it on the press now. I don't got time to be hand priming stuff. I know some people like it because it's kind of therapeutic for uh their well being. I don't know. I just feel like I feel more content going through a press. I don't know. Everybody's different.
I thought you'd be pretty good there at hand priming there, Mario.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. No, I'm good.
You have, you know.
Well, it
Yeah.
kind of goes. Um, so as for priming and washing, I kind of changed my philosophy on it a little bit. That's why I've got different tubs. Some of them are deep primed, some of them aren't, because I would run it through my wash cycle with the primers, or I would deep prime first and then have all that gunk in my dyes and everything else. And then I thought, well, it's too much of an effort to wash them and then run them through depriming and then wash them again. I'm like, that's kind of dumb. And so now I'm not as worried about it, especially with the 9 millimeter just range brass. It's not, it, I don't think it makes it as much of a difference as somebody would say that it does to leave the spent primer in there and wash it and let the machine do the work.
I specifically, when it comes to range brass, I always decap it first and then clean it. It's just that some of that stuff that comes out of the range is just nasty and it's super gunky, and you don't really know it until you decap it, and all of a sudden you see that pocket, and it's really bad. So, that's just from my experience because I mean the range that I go to, it's they use kind of like a sand uh, type of it's pretty much just sand in there, and for some reason, sand is just really nasty on the primer pocket, especially after it's been expended. So, I mean, that's the reason why I go that route. But I mean, everybody's different as far as where they shoot, and in some cases, you may not even have that problem.
We got that good old Georgia red clay around here, man.
My
But I
biggest
agree.
hazard on the brass is if that brass has been laying on the range 2 or 3 days, those daggone brown recluses build nests inside of them.
Those are bad
Scotsman.
boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
we got
agree.
a bunch of them out this way too. They're pretty bad, man.
Yeah, I know. I got a lot of Black Widows where I'm at. It's kind of crazy.
Okay, if you're gonna beat up on Lee about some things, you got to give him credit for where credit is due. And Andy's right there. Universal D Primer is just the bomb. I mean, that thing is cool.
I'll
It's
give him
not
credit for that, but I'll tell you, man, I'm not happy with the Lee APP press. I'm not happy with their customer service, and yeah, it's not a good deal. But first time I've
Yeah,
ever had really shitty service from them.
yeah. I definitely I second that motion with the APP press. I'm not really impressed with it. I think if anything, they should really try to fix that feed tube system because the way it was created was pretty. I don't know, man. You and I could have created that and probably would have done a better job than that. Um, and maybe it could be that so many people have been complaining about it that they're not giving you the time of day anymore, man. That might be the case.
Well, my biggest issue was the whole feeding system, the spring and the chute and how the slide is and all that. That's my issue with it. It's constantly screwing up. Doesn't matter what I do with it. And no, Jim, it's not user error because trust me, I've done all kinds of stuff with it. They sent me replacement parts. They didn't send me the part I requested. They sent me a different part, and it's just a huge pain in the freaking rear end and will not function right. So
Yeah, but
I got
when
to
it
call them
does,
again this week and see about getting another part, but we'll see what happens. If they refuse to do that or whatever, then that thing's going junkyard.
man, that's sad. Another thing that I've noticed that people are doing, Scotsman, that little sliding part where the spring goes back and forth. They are using silicone spray and they spray that little plastic thing. And for some reason, after that, they don't have any issues with it. So I don't know. It might be something to think about.
I've tried that, man. I've taken the thing apart. I've put it in the sonic cleaner. I've cleaned the whole damn thing. I've used various different things on there to try and get it to run right. It's just a huge pain in the freaking dick. I don't even know, man. I'm seriously, I'm a very patient person, but that thing fucking pisses me off.
That's bad when they bring out the Scottish in you. That's no
Oh,
bueno.
I've fucking had it with it, dude. I'm more pissed off because they will not take care of the issue. They will not listen to what I'm trying to explain to them is going on. That's what really pisses me off. They're dead set on trying to tell me that one thing is this and this, that, the other. When, hey, your customer's telling you this is what's going on, you might want to listen to your fucking customer.
But unfortunately, it just hasn't been just Lee. I've had some issues with Dylan, especially with their ordering department, because, I think I made a video about, buying dyes and for some reason not getting them on time, and they keep giving you a bunch of BS about them. It gets old because my thing is that, it's already a very small community of people that reload, and in many cases you're not living up to what you say you're supposed to be. It's just it really it really makes me sad. You know, but I'm just I'm sorry that you're having to go through this kind of stuff, man. Just that's really weird because I never really had that many issues with Lee, and the few
Oh
issues
man!
I've
And,
had.
and when I first got the press, it ran like a freaking champ. I mean, it ran like a champ. And then it's just been the last year or so. It just won't run. And so I just got tired of it. I sat to the side for a while, and I tried again. I've tried various different fixes. I've talked to Waller. I've talked to a few other people, and tried various different things. And then I called Lee and talked to Lee about it. And again, like I said, I got nowhere with Lee. So, um, Andy, if you think you can fix it, man, I'll send it to you. Have at it, man. It's just been nothing but a pain in the rear end for me, but I'll let you know what's going on with it, and you can see what you can do.
What watch him is a week later say put a video. Hey, if you do that, can you go cranky, cranky every time you hit the the handle, that'd be great. Is I love to mess with Cranky about the APP press.
I mean, my big issue with it, and this is what's happening. So, Andy, just so you have an idea what's going on, but my big issue is that dang spring constantly just keeps on bending, and the slide hangs up, and it doesn't slide the way it's supposed to. And again, I've cleaned it. I don't know how many times. I've tried dry lube. I've tried various different types of things on there to try and get it run right, and it just will not run. It just constantly hangs up.
So what's been
Talking
going on
to
between?
Cranky's got some stuff going on. So if you guys know Cranky, make sure you reach out to him and let him know you guys are thinking about him because he's got a lot of stuff going on right now.
Oh, okay. Did he ever moved out of communist
No,
land?
he's still in the freaking comic state.
Oh, okay.
So am I. So am I.
Yeah, so am I.
Not for long, hopefully. Hopefully, this is my last year. That's the plan. Especially since I'm gonna be single soon.
Lakeview, I've tried the straw. The straw didn't work, man. Andy, I don't have any 14 gauge wire. I can see if I can maybe steal some from work, but that'd be about where I can. The only place I can maybe get it if they got some.
Okay. Ammo and reloading primer prices. What have you guys been seeing?
I was at Cabela's today. The cheapest ammo I found, they had I think Blazer was $12.99 50.
$12.99 okay. Yeah, I can get that $11.99. So I got $1 cheaper. That's been there at the Finn. Jamie, what are you seeing down that way?
For
Just try to stay comparable. I mean, with the ammo you shoot 9mm, you shooting 40, or I mean, when you
last
buy
ammo,
ammo.
last ammo I bought was when I came to meet y'all. I bought that 250 pack of UMC Remington 9mm. I think that was $72. I think that's a pretty decent deal. Maybe it ain't.
Yeah,
So
I get the primers at $69.99, but we're never going to see pre-COVID prices again.
I said it before, just like you're never gonna see pre-COVID gas or pre-COVID lumber prices. You know that shit is gone. That's why I said the giveaway to $50 because of $50 is new $20. I hate to say it, but
I think we're kind of right at the standard now. We're going to be in that 69,000 or so. I don't think it's going to go anywhere lower.
I
I
think
think
that if somebody's gonna come up with like a $50 1,000 primer, some kind of Russian, then everybody's gonna be all over it.
see that's the problem. You can't. You still got certain countries blocked, and that's keeping everything a little bit higher. You can't get the Tulas back in here.
Yeah, but the problem with the Tulas, Tulas were like a last resort. Or maybe for the rifle primers, every pistol guy, everybody was hunting either Winchester or Federals because those were the golden standard.
Okay, this is the thing. Duffer right there says $80 for Winchester 41 primers at Midway. Okay, those are military primers. Those are really good primers. Uh, so $80 1,000. But then you got to turn around and pay hazmat and shipping. Where's the cutoff there? Where do we like if we saw the same primer for $90 at a local store where we didn't have to pay hazmat and all that? Uh, where's the cutoff there? You know,
Depends
Well,
on
it
if
all
it's large pistol or large rifle or small pistol and small rifle.
it also
I'm
depends
finally
how many.
seeing.
All depends how many you're buying. If you're buying sleeve here or there, then you're probably better off just paying 90 at some store. But if you're gonna go and buy $20,000, $30,000, if you get together with the friends, then hazmat and shipping comes down to pennies per thousand. You follow?
Make a big purchase.
$23 for hazmat at Midway.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So if you order 10,000, okay, primers or 20,000 primers, that $23 ain't nothing. And that price there, Midway is gonna. Shouldn't you have free shipping after a certain amount you spend?
I'm not sure. I know that they have free shipping, but I don't think they exclude their hazmat fee though.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't
no,
think.
you'll pay hazmat fee, but $23 if you order 10,000 or 20,000 primers.
Yeah, you have to go that route in order for it to be beneficial for you. Because if you're just buying a box or two, it's not even worth it.
Yeah, say it's like where I go, it's $69.99, and that's for CCI. But that's the small pistol, small rifle, and
You know, it's 69.99 plus tax.
no, because I get the military discount, and that pretty much takes care of tax.
Okay.
Got a question. That the hardest primer that's really hard for us to get here is large pistol for some reason. Just wondering, you guys having the same issue over there?
That's the biggest issue: large pistol and large rifle.
Yeah, it's across the board, man. Large pistol and large rifle. It's across the board everywhere.
I
I
can
was
get them, but it's going to cost $90 to $100 for a sleeve. But that's the thing; I can now buy 1,000 instead of just one sleeve of 100. So they're coming back.
Yeah, CB's got a point too.
Yeah, but you go through that 200 rounds, you can, I mean, real quick, especially if it's an AR. If it's a hunting gun, hey, that's four hunting seasons and practice.
You can't compare store-bought ammo to what you can make. So, if you're gonna start comparing the pistol ammo, you're gonna tell me, "Oh, I can buy a 115 grain for 11.99 or whatever," and then you do the math. Then yeah, you're still gonna be cheaper when you do it with a 150 grain bullet. And since I pretty much exclusively shoot 147s, then it's no brainer. The reloading win. Plus, it's a hobby. It's take your mind off shit and just put a stupid video on or something, watch it, and reload. That's the biggest thing for me.
Anybody out there wants to reload, look up Steel Valley Casting, www.steelvalleycasting.com. There was no shipping, 500 bullets or more, and there wasn't any taxes on it either. And I know that Chris from Chris from 740, he's kind of being kind of semi-sponsored because he's got a real good. He's getting a discount code, and his subscribers are going to be able to use that. So you're talking, yeah, they're cast and they're high tech coated. I'm going to be ordering about 5,000 here this week.
What's it called again?
Steel Valley Casting.
I mean, nowadays there's so many manufacturers, and when you start comparing the prices, you're kind of splitting hair.
Scotsman, can I tell the price that I paid for 1,000? Okay, I had a 10% discount code. It cost me $72 for 1,000, and there was no shipping cost on it. And I think of all the time it takes me to cast them and then powder coat and bake them, I'm saving a lot of time and money on that.
Well, let's see. They got 147 turn coated. $81 a thousand.
Yep.
I know when I last time I ordered from Galan Bullets, which they pretty much gone. I think I ordered $20,000, 20,000 bullets one shot, and I don't remember what they came out, but it was a lot cheaper, and they threw a head and shirt and God knows what else in it.
Well, hey, this is a company. It's Pennsylvania, and with my 10% discount, I paid $71 for 1,000.
But it's they're not then 9
That's
millimeter.
140. It's 9mm, 147 grain.
I know, but it's turn coated.
Huh?
It's turn coated.
It's
But
it's the high tech
It's
coating.
it's truncated cone. That's
Yeah,
what I
it
was saying.
shoots fine. Truncated cone. It's shot through my pistols. It's shot through my PCC. Chris is shooting them, and he hasn't had any problems. I mean, you can buy just a pack of 50 if you want, and test them out, or a pack of 100. You can go to 50 to over 10, 20,000. Like he's got a thing here. Once you order like 10, 20, or 30,000, you get a 15% discount code.
They come in 44 anyway. Comes in 50, 500, 1,000, and case. For that particular bullet, a 240 grain round nose flat point, 44 diameter, 430 diameter. The case is like 1,900, and it's $258.
He's got round nose on there.
Round nose flat point.
Okay, round nose flat point. Okay, so that's a semi-truncated. That's what he called them. He won't do anything with a complete round nose because that messes with your measurements when they're sizing them. Because he sizes them there, and that just messes with the length. So he always makes the flat tip.
That's what Steve's woodworking says. Berries.
How much are those?
That's all I used for the longest time was Burry's bullets, and then prices started going up pretty good on Burry's and some others. And this was years back. This has been a few years now, but they were going up pretty good, so I stopped using them.
The steel valleys, they look like the cheapest one. Only time I buy berries if I got a bunch of points on the Cabela's card. I go buy at the Cabela's because at that point they're pretty much free. I just use the points.
Well, hey, order 500 of them. You get no tax and free shipping, and just check them out. I've checked them out. Chris has checked them out, and those things are holding nice tight groups.
Absolutely, you do, Redneck Prepper. That's a fine prize.
Yeah, I might do that. I might order some.
Yeah, don't forget we got balls with the 10 millimeter too.
Yeah, I should take that Kimber out before I get rid of it. I got a bunch of hollow points 10 millimeter loaded up.
Chuck, what's going on, man?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's going on, buddy?
It's going.
Good to see you.
Hey, man.
My daughter's up there in Alaska enjoying those nice big mosquitoes you got there for the next 3 years up in Fairbanks.
Oh yeah, they're like the state bird.
Mm-hmm. So I might have to take that train from Fairbanks down there to where you're at there sometime.
I recommend the summer.
Yeah.
And my customers up there as well. They went for a cruise and they're doing some traveling through Alaska. I'm the only asshole that freaking spends his summer home and worry about the money and getting divorced.
So, Chuck, what's been going on with you, man? How you been doing? It's been a while.
Yeah, doing okay. Just a lot of bills and expenses come up this summer, so I'm not able to get everything I want to, but You know how it is. Got 2 young kids now, so just taking care of them.
Congratulations. When you been back home?
I haven't been back home to Georgia in I don't know, 2.5 years. So I might be
Have
coming
you
for the Iraq Veteran 8088 shoot, 88 shoot, but I'm not sure I can afford it. So
damn, that's
I
gotta
know
be
it's
a
a
big
long way.
adjustment from Georgia to Alaska.
no, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I mean, I went from living in growing up in suburban Georgia to living in Anchorage, which is pretty much like suburban Georgia with a few mountains and some snow, and probably just as much crime.
Wow.
There's crime in
Atlanta's getting
Alaska.
Everyone goes to Alaska to hide because they think they can get away with hiding there.
Well, that's what I did. I mean, we do call it Los Anchorage for a reason.
So if I go up there to Alaska with my metal detector and stuff, where do I go?
What are you looking for? Gold, or are you looking for
Yeah.
if you want to get gold, this is what I was told by an old timer. If you want to get gold, find the most recent earthquake's epicenter and go there.
Not nothing by the glaciers where the glaciers melt.
I don't know. I don't do gold. Can't eat gold, so I don't do gold. I go out and pick blueberries, man.
Oh, but they're everywhere in Alaska. You just got to fight the bears for them.
Hey, that's more meat. Bear sausage and blueberries for breakfast, man.
I saw you short today on that lightweight 44 mag.
Yeah, that one went really popular for some reason.
That looked like it hurt, man.
Not only did it hurt, so apparently it's a thing with those guns. Then we're talking about the Smith & Wesson 329 PD for those people that didn't see that short. It literally froze up. The titanium cylinder apparently doesn't let brass expand the right way, so you got to experiment with a bunch of different ammo to see which brass actually, expands the correct way and allows the gun to feed. And so what had happened is one of the round, that round had swollen up to where it was pushing the rim a little bit, and it literally wouldn't advance the next cylinder. So don't have that problem with the same ammo in a regular all metal or all steel gun, something that's designed, for that. So it hurts, and but it does hurt less than the grizzly bear. So if you want to go through that process of making it reliable, you're just not going to go shoot it at the range. Like if I want that kind of recoil, I'm going to go get a Smith & Wesson 460 with a 5-inch. That way, if it's going to hurt, it's got to hurt something else too. So
Right, and Steve's out there saying, and revolvers don't fail. Revolvers rarely fail. Usually, it's an ammo-related issue if it does fail.
I agree with that on the range, but when you I agree with that on the range, but when you get into getting mud and dirt and debris into them, revolvers will fail quicker than a semi-auto, usually. There's a lot of good tests out there about that. But if you get mud, snow, anything that gets into the action of the revolver, a lot of times they will fail faster than a semi-auto.
Right. I've only ever had issues with generally either a timing issue or, again, ammo related. Too long a bullet and not loaded correctly. That's the only ones I've ever seen. But anytime you get any kind of dirt in it like that, yeah, it's going to cause an issue, I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, there's that one video. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the biggest problem with the revolver, you get a malfunction, they're pretty much down for good. Most of the semi, you can tap and rag and do something like that.
Yeah, a revolver is half the time a gunsmith issue if it's major malfunction. Yeah, but there's Military Arms Channel did a lot of the gauntlet test things that he does on the revolver as well. So and they tend to fail faster than semi-autos in that mud and dirt and water test, that kind of thing. I also had that one revolver fail to advance. I forgot which video it was. I think it was. I was borrowing it. It was a friend's Ruger Alaskan 44 Magnum, and It was cold. It was in the winter. It was a sunny day, so it was about 22, 25 degrees. I was wearing some thick winter gloves, and my thick winter gloves got in between the trigger and up into the frame and stopped the gun from working. So, totally a user error. I mean, now I know to look out for it, but if if you're don't shoot enough to know those kinds of things, it can be not reliable.
Right. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that can go wrong. You don't know until it happens. That's the thing. So, Tom's out there and asking, how do we donate? Tom, there's a couple of different ways you can do it. If you want to get in on Val's giveaway, which is for a 10 millimeter Kimber, get a hold of Val. And then also we have the Winchester going on with Edward Petty, which is pretty awesome, unfired. And just get a hold of me, and I'll let you know exactly how to do all that.
Hey, Scotsman, you put a $50 for me for the lever action. I'll put a $50 for you for the Kimber. This way I don't have to send you money. Make it easy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the bank, get a check, and send him the first check. And hopefully tomorrow or Tuesday I'll make it.
All right. Sounds good. I can make that happen.
So we're halfway through. Anything coming up? We need to do the side chat again.
Well, we're almost halfway through, so let me. I'm gonna kick you off for a second. I'm gonna bring you back, and Alan, take us through the side chat, brother.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It will be my pleasure if YouTube lets me. Good gracious, these people are just like pulling teeth out of a mule to be able to get me to let me do what I need to do here. On the participants list for the side chat is currently the Crazy Scotsman. YouTube doesn't want me to look at the participants list other than Chris from the 740, Edward Petty, Hillbilly Up, Keith Gregory, Lakeview Outdoors out there, Stalker Steve in his woodworking form, Ashley, Tim S., Vanessa Kitty, Walter Davis. Names just keep flowing in. Thank you. I have to drink a seltzer, whatever. I don't know how that. I caught the very beginning of the show with Hillbilly Up having to drink the seltzer. Scotsman, how did that one pan out?
That was a heck of a night, man. I ended up being a chat napper near the end and fell off my chair, so there's that. So if you want to laugh, you can go back and watch that. Near the end, I fell off the chair because
Wow.
So you're telling me you pulled a Janice Gay?
Yes.
I ain't got a big comfortable leather chair anymore, so I just fell off the stool. Shit happens.
So I got this friend at church. Well, he's a new friend at church. I just met him the other day because somebody in the choir told him to look me up because they knew I'm a reloader and stuff. So he's getting out of the reloading thing, and he wants to sell out all of his stuff. And he quoted me a price, and there's one or two die sets. There's about somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 pounds of powder that are unopened. Uh, there's a 600 Junior shot shell press, a rock chucker, two rock chucker, uh, RCBS rock chucker, and quite a few um, empty shot shells, 30-06 brass, uh, a good bit of primers too. We got a tote, pretty good sized tote full of primers. I don't think there's 1,000 of any one particular kind. They're all mixed. But there is some shot shell primers and large rifle primers. But he gave me one price, and this is my dilemma. Y'all know that I've been saving up for this 44 mag, and came that close to buying a Rossi this past week. But if I do that, it's going to wipe out my savings account for my 44 mag lever action. But I'll be set on reloading stuff for the foreseeable future. Thoughts? What should I do?
Here's why the way I look at it, Jamie. What's gonna make you happier? Having all that reloading stuff, or having one uh, piece of weapon, or a weapon that you always wanted? So I know it's a hard thing for you to kind of try to decide on, but I think you have to look at the bigger benefit of which one you're going to get the most benefit out of.
Yeah, and to expound on that, the 44 Magnum that you're looking at getting, okay, if it's a Marlin, buy the reloading stuff. If it's a Henry, get the Henry.
You're
Unless,
not
of
really
course, it's an
helping
old,
it.
unless, of course, it's an old JM marked Marlin, one of the good
Oh
ones.
yeah, yeah. If it's JM marked Marlin, you definitely get the JM, get the old one.
The other thing is Jamie, I think you're pretty set on reloading stuff already, aren't you? I mean, don't you have like enough if if you had to hunt for food for the next 5 years, you probably have enough reloading stuff.
I think that's safe to say.
Well, there you go.
See, you're asking your own thing right there. See, I was going to go there too and say that about you've probably got plenty to last you quite a while. So
I've been buying everything since the pandemic, since paying inflated prices because I didn't get back into reloading until after that, and I'm set for a while. So I paid out my wazoo for it, but I'm set for a while.
Yeah, Tim S. Andy says get the reloading stuff, particularly the primers. And Tim S. says buy the reloading stuff, sell it on Discord, and buy the lever action. I already have the revolver, Tim. So
Well, and that's not a bad point either. I mean, if you could flip it for a little bit of profit, then you'd be helping a brother out by getting it out from underneath him, and you'd be helping yourself out on getting closer to the next machine.
Yeah, I think the only issue with that is the time aspect of when it takes him to sell all the stuff that he's got, or that he would not be willing to to keep. That's the only issue. I mean, if you're willing to wait and you want to play the waiting game, then I would say maybe get all that stuff and then get all those primers, which is right now the most important aspect of it all, and sell the other stuff. And then in most cases, you might even get a little more. But the problem is that it takes time. It takes time for you to sell that stuff, and that's the issue right there. Either way, however you want to go about it, Jamie. I just think the way you got to look at it is what's going to make you happy in the long run.
One thing about the Henrys, like especially if you want like the Henry X or a certain Henry, they're not always in stock. tend to go out of stock. They'll be in stock for a week one place, and then you won't see them again for 2 months. So if you can get the Henry, I would get the Henry. I'm assuming it's a Henry.
No, my heart's set on one of those Marlin 44. I have several Marlins already. Scotsman knows I'm a Marlin kind of guy. I have three JM stamp lever actions now.
And see, I'm a Henry guy, and I'm just busting on Jamie's balls because I know he's a die-hard Marlin fan, not a Remlin, but a Marlin fan.
Oh, I wouldn't have one of those pieces of crap for.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't.
The Rimlin I had for a while worked very well. I have no issues with it, but I still just sold it and got a Henry.
Well, the thing about those, and I had a chance to buy one, and it was a good looking gun, and it seemed to function fine. The problem was the barrel was just clocked at about 1230, and it was like you was looking down the side of the barrel instead of straight at the top of the barrel with the sight. But these new Ruger, I'm turning into a Ruger kind of guy too. I have 2 Ruger revolvers at this point, uh, and I have a Ruger American and 6.5 Creedmoor that shoots really well. And I'm not totally against having a Ruger Marlin, but I also know that these are just being released, and I kind of want to wait a little while before I chunk that kind of. Yeah, I agree, Gabriel. Kind of want to let them get the bugs worked out of those Rugers before I.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that before, but anytime a company comes up with something new, usually wait at least 6 months or so, work the bugs, the kinks, and all the rest of it, see if there's any recalls and all that.
At least 6 months. They're all going the SIG route these days and beta testing on the customers because it's more profitable.
It is. It's the only part of that business model that sucks is if you happen to be the one that gets a bad one.
Yep.
I think we confused JH even more. Sorry, dude.
So a related question would be: do we call the new the new Ruger Marlins? Do we call them Ruglins like we called Remlins, or do we call them Rugarlins? I'm going with Rugarlin. It's a little bit more, affluent sounding, highfalutin sounding. Rugarlin.
Well, they took. That's probably more fitting because they've took what John Marlin designed as a working man's gun and have turned it into a boutique that not everybody can afford. So there's that.
So 2 votes for Rugarlin being the highfalutin sounding one. Huh.
Automatic hole puncher. Yeah, but that's where I'm at. I've got decisions to make, and I think I know what I'm going to do. But
if it's a gun you really want, there's no decision to make. You just get the gun.
I second that.
That's the thing, man. You're gonna kick yourself in the rear end if you end up going with the reloading stuff, and then you sit there and think, I should have got the gun. Yeah. You're gonna kick yourself.
Well, 3 years ago, I walked into my gun store and they had a Checkmate there, and it didn't look like these newer Checkmates. I mean, I loved it. It looked great and everything. It's like, well, I'm not going to just emotionally buy it. Well, I went back there the next day and I was walking in the door, and in walked this here sweet young looking gal carrying a Checkmate, and it was the only one the store had, and she bought it for her fiance. And I said, "You are one hell of a woman." I was coming in to buy that gun. She told me she's buying it for her fiance. It's like, that boy don't deserve you.
Steve knows me too well. I do want to help this guy, and I want to. And it's not like he's hurting for money. He's a whole lot better off financially speaking than I am. But it's a throwback
It's
to
it's sad that people are getting out of reloading. That's a really hard decision for you to have to make. But to each their own. I
oh
think. Go ahead, buddy.
Lake Lakeview. If I live long enough, that gun's coming. I mean,
Yeah, most definitely, man. I already told my my son-in-law, my grandson, like, hey, you know what? All these you see here in this right in the safe, this is pretty much gonna be all you guys stuff. So you guys better start getting shooted and learn more about it because it's pretty much all you're gonna have left, or at least as far as thinking about their their grandpa goes, because but yeah, it's cool, man. I definitely I'm looking forward to getting my grandson to start shooting. So thought about getting a cricket, but I already have a 1022, so I don't know if I should just have him start with a 1022 or get him a little cricket. What do you guys think?
the cricket, they're smaller. They'll fit the little kid better.
All right, thank you.
But they're gonna have more fun with 1022.
That is very true.
Get a BB gun. Oh, develop the muscle, pumping it
Oh,
up, and they
yeah,
can
no,
shoot forever.
I already have one. It had a little red rider, whatever that's called. I already have one of those. So we're
Oh,
good.
not a Daisy?
It's a
Daisy or Crossman?
yeah, yeah.
That fit nice, Alan. Good job.
Excuse me, Mister Reloader over there.
When I do mine, it's about 75% good and 25 I throw out.
So,
Yeah.
Mario, your question was what a kid's first kind of rifle should be?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking again a cricket, because I think it's a single action type of rifle. It's
Little bolt
some
action type thing?
yeah, bolt action, yeah.
Yeah,
So
they're going to develop more accuracy and shooting skills with that than a 1022. The
yep,
1022, they're gonna have fun, but they're gonna go burn through all the 22
yeah.
LR.
Oh, that's yeah. Do you have fun? Yeah, Papa, but you didn't
You
shoot.
play
You didn't hit
gangster.
anything. You didn't hit anything. Yeah, I know.
Dang, Walter.
Well, if you make them load those rotary mags by hand all the time, they'll think about burning through the ammo quite as quick.
That's true.
And I'll say, will you load this up for me? I can't do it. I keep getting people disappearing. Scotsman disappeared this time.
Yeah, they're darn
Well,
internet, man. I tell you.
guys, I gotta go. My I just took a phone call. My guy I was supposed to go shooting with didn't call me back, and then he did call me back. So I'm gonna go up the hillside and go shoot on the mountain in Alaska. Y'all have a good day now.
Good
I
Later
deal.
go
on.
See you, Chuck.
See ya.
No, I'm serious. I'm going to be heading up to Alaska and then sometime in the next year. So
Is
gotta
that
go
where your
down.
kid got stationed over there in Wainwright?
Yeah, she's support there for the 11th Airborne.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
So
new division that they just created, which is
yeah, they're
mind-boggling.
testing out all the cold weather gear. And I guess they're all the
Yeah.
same. You know how that stuff works with the deployment
Yeah.
schedules and all.
Yeah, no, they test all that stuff out. Yeah, and those winters are horrible, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, I didn't particularly care for Alaska. Just it's a beautiful country. It really is. It's just gorgeous, but nah,
Well,
I
you
don't
grew up
care
down
for
there in
the.
the tropics and stuff, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm tropical peoples, bro. I mean, you
Yeah.
don't just throw me in there. I used to have to go to like Oregon or Well, I mean, I was stationed in Washington State, and dude, come on, you
Yeah,
kidding me,
that's
man.
temperate. They're a temperate climate.
That
That's
is
not even
tempered. Yeah,
bad.
no, I was thankful. Trust me, I'm thankful I didn't go all the way to Fort Drum, New York,
Yeah. What
or
was you at
some.
Fort Lewis?
Yeah, I was at Lewis, and then I
Yeah, I
was
was
in
up at Whidbey
Kansas.
Island,
Yeah, yep. Yeah.
fishing, crabbing, hunting.
No, man, it's Washington State's a really beautiful state. It really, it
Yeah,
just sucks. It's loaded with liberals on the west side.
yeah, it's stupid.
Same with
Okay, so
same with New York.
Yeah, but oh yeah, no, but isn't pretty much everybody in New York on the east side, like all the liberals?
No, but most of the liberals and morons are in the city. The rest of the New York State is good.
Yeah, I would think that Upper New York is more conservative, like Buffalo, all that area down there, right?
Nah, Buffalo is actually quite liberal too.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Buffalo area and Albany, because that's where the politicians and welfare recipients live,
mm,
like all the big cities.
That's where the Jeffersons moved. Moving on up.
Yeah.
back when
Didn't
TV was
didn't
actually
they
funny.
didn't they move up to the east side in a
To a deluxe
beat up
apartment in the
apartment
sky.
to
In the
deluxe
sky,
apartment?
Now, if you can do the shuffle, I'd be really impressed right now. I'm just saying. Oh, go ahead, Jamie. Oh, he's got it
It's
down.
a, it's a little difficult in a rolling office
Yeah,
chair.
I hear you, man. Yeah, nah. And it's kind of crazy. Like I was watching, they have this. I don't know if you guys have this channel. It's called Me TV, and they were showing like All in the Family. I'm like, oh, you never see these shows
No.
nowadays, and yeah, it's crazy.
Archie was, I mean, y'all got this certain connotation about what a redneck. Archie Bunker was a redneck.
Mhm.
And I don't know where that show was supposed to be set in, but he gave all us real rednecks a bad name, man.
Well,
I'm telling
I mean, you see how it's changed over time. They have it was either an adopted daughter or something like that towards the end.
All right. Let's address this comment, Steve. That would be Ruger. That would be Smith and Wesson. That would be multiple other ones out there, CZ, and then some.
been some good guns come out of Ithaca, New York, though, Walter, over the years.
Well, I would say that vaccine actually works on pedophiles as well.
Takes care of a lot of issues, that's for sure.
So when I was a little
Oh,
kid, my favorite Disney movie was Song of the South. You won't see that anymore either, right, Alan?
no, not at all, not at all. Thorzax puts out here that Jackie Chan and Chris Rock movie. Really? No. Movies like
I
Blazing
Yeah,
Saddles.
Blazing Saddles. You watch
Oh,
You
Blazing
will
Saddles?
never see
Never.
anything like Blazing
No,
Saddles.
no, no, no.
Why not? It was written and produced by a Jewish guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
And
Jewish
and
is
the
pretty
main
much
everybody
and the main star and the main star in the movie was a black guy.
yeah.
and the people that had it the hardest in the movie was the Irish. They were the most unaccepted amongst all of them was the Irish.
Damn Irish
Did
people.
you see that little smirk from the Scotsman when you said that? He enjoyed that so much.
Okay, we'll take the Irish.
Fuck the Irish.
Dude, they live right next to you. Come on, dog. How can you not like these dudes, man?
Because they're related. They're like in laws.
They're related.
I mean, they're the closest. The Scots and the Irish are really close together, and they go back and forth, grab women,
It's
and
because
fight,
it's
drink.
because the Irish wouldn't mow their lawns all the way up to their property line. The Scottish had to go mow up to the edge where the fucking Irish wouldn't mow their lawn.
Damn, man. All of a sudden, it's just lawn talk. Lawn talk over here.
And
It
somehow
all
the
started.
Mexicans got in there and they mowed everything.
Yeah, the motherfuckers make bank over there, bro.
See, over here it's the Mexicans. Over there it's Indians. That's the
Really?
big one back home is it's Indians. They're everywhere, dude. You got
Oh,
Pakistani
yeah?
shops all over the place. We call them the corner shops. They're everywhere. Every freaking corner is like a freaking Starbucks.
Freaking Abu. Thank you. Come again.
Wait a minute. What kind of Indian are you talking about? You talking 7-Eleven Indian or 9/11
Dot.
Indian?
There's feather Indian. There's dot Indian.
Dot Indians.
Yeah,
They're
Bollywood
everywhere,
Indian.
dude. Pakistanis, you name it. They're everywhere.
See, man, that's what happens, man. You give them the hand, they want the arm, bro. That's what happens.
They're not stealing anything. They put the money together and they I mean the thing is those people kind of there's gonna be 3-4 families living in the one house. So that's how they kind of save the money and they help each other out with these businesses, because in the Quran you can't lend money and collect the interest. They got it in the religion. So on the one hand, yeah, they're taking over it, but they're not taking over like doing anything illegal. They're not taking over.
You're talking Pakistani.
You know.
Indians are Buddhists. You're talking Pakistani, where you have the larger Muslim.
That's what he said. The Pakistanis are taking over every corner building.
Yeah,
that's why Ellen was asking. That's why Ellen was asking if it's a 7-Eleven Indian or 9/11 Indian.
That's Saudi. 9/11 is the Saudi Indians.
Close enough. Potato.
Wait a minute. Who the fuck says the Saudis work? The Saudis don't work, dude. They
hire the Pakistanis.
Yes, thank you. You need to get your shit straight, fool.
If you've been in the sandbox,
just like the
Saudis don't work.
Those lazy fucks don't work either. The government takes care of them.
Well, that's the same shit back home, man. The government takes care of them. They all got corner shops, but they're all bought and paid for.
Mario, were they called TCNs?
Yeah, that's one of the terms we use.
That's third country nationals for all you uneducated people.
Uneducated people's educations.
Where the white man and the brown man all sit on a big berm with the fully automatic 50 cal pointed down into the hole while they strip, and that way they could go through the security checks.
Okay, first of all, don't get us involved in that. That's probably all white people. I'm just saying.
Hey, no. I've seen all colors men in them 50 cals.
Hey, man.
Wait for the ones that worked on base and they had to go through the security check.
Oh yeah, entry control point.
Yeah.
Good times, man. Good times. I ain't gonna lie, man. I can't believe that I'm coming up on my 20-year anniversary of my first time in Iraq, dude. Like, how crazy is that? Like, I can't believe it.
Steve, it wouldn't be the first. It won't be the last.
Right. No, it definitely won't. But I'll be honest with you, I won't be part of that crap no more. I'll tell you that much. Now I know exactly how Vietnam veterans feel, bro. Trust me, man.
Mario, I retired in 2005. In 2 more years, it's going to be 20 years since I had to deal with any of that crap. And the time will go fast for you too. So just keep busy. Reload, shoot, have a hobby, enjoy it.
Yeah, so that's a good thing. So, Mary, what you been up to, man? Exactly, how's work going? How's you've been reloading? What you been up to?
Yeah, I've been reloading. We got a couple things going on around the house. Just doing some uh, remodeling, and staying busy with that. Yeah, we've been doing good. Just staying busy, man. Really, just keeping away from all this shit. And unfortunately, that last job I was in, I got laid off. They've been having a lot of issues with the automated machinery, and they had to cut back people. So I was one of them. So I'm in the doing some job interviews and stuff like that. But I've been very picky as to where I apply at, because I mean, there's jobs out there, but you know, they don't always fit the culture that I'm kind of in, or have the same type of personality kind of thing. So, but I'm thankful that I I was able to be very smart with my money. So in certain aspects, I'm not really in that dire need, so I can be a little more picky as to where I want to go work for. But yeah, man, we've been doing good. Staying busy, man. Just trying to do little things here and there, and finding ways to keep myself busy. I am not reloading right now because my reloading bench is in the garage, and it's been in the 109s, 110s here, and there's no way I'm going in that garage unless I really need to. And so I usually do most of my reloading in the fall and in the spring. So I just I also been researching some stuff right now, since you gave me the time to talk about it really quick. I kind of want to start doing podcasting. Got a good friend of mine that does podcasting, and I really like it. It seems to me like it's a good way to get your um, get the word out. Get to know some people, and also learn at the same time. Um, and I'm going to be starting a podcast, actually, and it's going to be basically everything is called Veterans Point of View, and it's going to be talking about anything that's veteran related. I'm really just doing it just for the educational purposes. But what I really would like to start doing is to get a lot of veterans out there to tell their story, because I think that is always the hardest thing. I think that's one thing that many of them don't ever do. They don't really ever talk about their military experiences, and how they were able to overcome certain things, and how they became successful afterwards. So I'm trying to find ways to have others be able to tell their story. And if they can tell their story, who knows, maybe somebody down the line, maybe like their grandkid or whatever, might listen to the podcast and can know more about their grandfather, or their dad, or their mom, or grandmother. I think it'll be kind of neat. And I think
That's that's awesome, man. I like it.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I wanna find some veterans. I'll probably get Daniel in it, and just talk about their experiences, what they've done in their military time, and how they were able to be successful, and just tell their story, because I think that's the most important thing. I think a lot of us don't ever tell our story, man, and sometimes they don't. I'll be honest with you, sometimes people don't know that much about their loved one until they have a friend that comes over in the funeral, and they're like, oh yeah, so and so, we did this together. I'm like, what? I didn't know nothing about it. So just trying to find something. And obviously the podcast is not just going to be about storytelling, but maybe educate some people that they don't really understand their benefits and what they're entitled to. So kind of want to do something a little different. And obviously I'll be putting out a video about it and discussing further. But yeah, that's pretty much what I want to do.
Again,
Yes.
that's awesome, man. And let me know when you get ready to do that, and we'll make sure we let people know what's going on, because that's an excellent thing you're trying to do.
That's pretty cool, and that's close to the situation I found myself in with my grandfather. He was in World War II, and I think a lot of the guys, and I got mucho respect for all you guys that served, but when it comes to what goes on in action, I think a lot of veterans don't talk about it because it brings up those certain type of feelings that we don't much care for. But
Yeah.
and my granddad didn't start telling me about it. And instead, he would never talk to my mother or my grandmother or my three younger sisters or other siblings and cousins. I was the
Right.
only boy, and that's the only reason he talked to me about it. So
Right. And I think also for me is that veterans have a tendency of opening up to another veteran, and I think that always helps. I recently bought this contraction here, the Zoom P4. What I really like about it is I can actually place my cell phone on here, and if for some reason the other person's not able to meet face to face, you can at least do a phone call interview and and discuss those type of things. So yeah, man, I just want to do something where if I can help somebody, if somebody can tell their story, I think it's a worthwhile project. And it doesn't just have to be veterans that have served in war. I think even those that haven't would definitely have a lot of good things to talk about where they've been able to be successful after their time in the military. So yeah, so that's kind of like my goal, what I want to do.
Yeah, no, I think it'd be a huge benefit, man, for sure.
I I think that's something a lot of us here could get behind and try to help with.
And I think one of the aspects that I really want out of this is that so many of us know somebody who served, especially those that served in other conflicts, Vietnam, Desert Storm, Iraq, Afghanistan, even Grenada, whatever. If you guys know somebody, be like, hey man, let me get you in touch with Mario so you guys can talk. I mean, honestly, it would be really awesome for me to get to know these people and just be able to have a bigger community for others to listen to. I think the one aspect is that a lot of veterans don't go out there and reach out or don't network as they need to. So hey, maybe this is another opportunity for them.
Oh, hey Mario, and what's going on right now with folks first timers that are getting out right now that haven't been over there to Iran, Afghanistan, Iraq, any with that the things that they're putting up with now, and they're getting out, and some of them are being recalled. Because if you sign up
Right.
for four
Yeah.
years or whatever, you got that uh, ready
Right.
reserve. They can call you back
Correct.
anytime. They're
Yes.
recalling people back in, and they are not happy.
Yeah, and honestly, even myself, who's a retiree, can be called back. That doesn't exclude you from it.
20 years, man.
Yeah, no, you'd be surprised. In some
They can
cases,
ask you. They
no,
can ask you.
and they're actually recording a lot of senior non-commissioned officers or officers because of that experience aspect of it. It's not really you going out there and leading troops per se, but it's more on the operational front. And I think that's where a lot of people don't stop and think about it, that they still can call you. And in many cases, there you still do have a lot of benefits and a lot of skills that, in most cases, a lot of these younger service members are not going to have because you have real world experience, and in some cases, um, many of the new service members are not going to have that, regardless of how much they can read on a book or learn through you know
They
through a
won't
course.
recall you or me back because we'll tell them where they can stick this social experiment that they've been doing the last 3 or 4 years.
But you see, I came in the United States in '94, and the very first thing I did within the first weeks, I went to Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, to all these recruitment centers, because I figured I can enlist, I can get my immigration status approved, enlist for 5 years, I get 50 grand for college, blah blah blah. I was 3 weeks out of the army. I was still fluent in Russian, yeah, and so I figured, what the hell? Another 5 years ain't gonna be a big deal, and they wouldn't take me because I didn't have the right paperwork.
Yeah, and
Was
and
it
it's
the
unfortunate.
paperwork or because you're ugly and
He
your
was-
mama dresses you funny?
No,
or because he was a Russian soldier before.
yeah.
There is that.
No, I know it really is. The minimum you need to have is a green card. Basically, you have to be a
No,
permanent
you needed
resident.
J1 visa back then.
Oh, back then it was a visa.
Yeah, if you
Okay.
had a
I
basic,
think Tom's got it right.
Yeah, Tom has it right. That's what the problem was.
Dude, look at that. Hell no, man. Dude, look at this guy. Oh my god, you look like one of those Vidal Sassoon fucking models, bro.
He looks like he should have a
United States.
cheap
Hey,
sweat.
by the way, how come
a
you only
cheap
had one
sweatsuit
fucking
on.
eyebrow, bro? What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
because that's the way it was back then. It was a
Fucking
unibrow.
Eastern European fuck.
Wearing his Eastern European Nike jogging suit,
Yeah.
You're just jealous because you just one ugly beaner.
Hey, fucker, I got 2 eyebrows. Kiss my ass. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
He's got the best eyebrows on YouTube.
Nah, man, that's good though. Hey, man, here's my thing, bro. It's unfortunate, man. I just got in at the right time. I was lucky, man. I got in. What the hell is that? Dude, don't do that, man. I haven't had my coffee, bro. What the hell is that? Look at that shit. Dude, you look like a reject from Poison, bro. What the hell is that? Yeah, you're not going in Poison, bro. You can be one of the roadies if you want to.
He's an old
What the
hippie.
fuck, bro?
So,
Dude.
Jamie, when you gonna flash yours?
No, that's the that's the Rico Suave picture there.
No, fool.
In
That's
all,
the.
in all
that's the-
actuality, it was put onto romance novels, from what I understand.
Oh my god! Now you're talking so much shit. I swear
Yeah,
to God.
what, like gay romance
those-
novels?
Yeah, he was in those romance models in the fucking 2 for $5 section of the supermarket.
Right, I seen
Yeah,
that at the gas
don't-
station.
Don't worry, folks. There's no pictures of me with hair like that. That's never gonna happen.
I don't know if y'all can see this. Here we go.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
look at you, man. Go ahead with your best self.
That's my granddad and my grandmother. Me in the middle. That's May, June of 1980. My granddad was a pistol, wasn't he? Look at that. He looks like
Yeah,
a gangster,
He
man.
looks like one of those detectives from Dragnet, bro.
Either that or he worked for Al Capone. Anyway,
Yeah, one of those two.
and my grandmother, that's the sweetest lady ever. I just found this picture over the weekend, so
That man needs a Tommy gun in his hand.
don't he though?
That's awesome, man. I never thought I'd ever see a beardless Jamie.
Well,
Thank
beard
goodness
thing-
you have that on your face.
I know, right? Well, if you take a closer look, there's already some peach fuzz there. That man right there was a bad dude. I'm here to tell you. He was a bow gunner on a LST. Who is that?
What the hell is that?
Battle Bean, you got to unmute, man.
Oh, my bad. There you go.
What the
Eh,
hell is that?
Dude, look at that. That's me, man. I just got out of high school and we went to Guatemala. And
Were you riding a bicycle, or did you just think it was cool to have one pant leg rolled
oh,
up?
man. Hey, dude, that was the thing. And look at those are Reebok pumps, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
That was
Oh yeah, I
gangsta
know.
back then.
Yeah, that was gangsta
That was
back
the
then, bro.
shiznick right there, man.
It was
I'm
the
telling you.
shiznicks.
There you go.
Look at that. Oh, my
There's
God.
my high school senior picture.
You know, that
'cause
that
they
does
didn't have
fit you, bro.
cameras
That,
back then. They had to draw it
Yeah.
on stones of slab.
And you know what? And it's probably only Jamie and I know who that is. You remember Death Wish and stuff, don't you, Jamie? Oh yeah.
I would have never thought of putting him in Charlie Brown though. Lucy best not be pulling the football away this time.
She'd just be holding it like that, and all of a sudden, boom. And that was her head. Then he walks up and kicks the football.
Right. So, how many of y'all really wanted to choke Lucy? I mean, seriously, guys.
oh man, I think I used to get annoyed every time she spoke. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I think there's times where I just didn't want to even listen to that. Now I understand why Snoopy used to go quack 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 all the time. Probably hurt.
No, that was the parents. That was any grown up talking in Charlie Brown. It was just turned into Moobly Goosh.
Who was that guy that wrote the Christmas story? You know, you put your eye out. Oh, I can't. I'm just going to drop it because he made a cartoon of Lucy one time, and it was the funniest thing I ever seen in my younger days. But it's not worth repeating here with Jamie in the room.
He really is Stalker Steve.
Yeah, you started it.
Not like that, I didn't.
Well, you started it. He went there.
Yeah.
So like you guys had a Tom and Jerry over here. We watched a Russian show, and it was about wolf and rabbit. And I actually got it somewhere on DVDs. I should try to upload it to a channel. It might be fun. It was actually pretty funny.
Wonder what they watched in Scotland.
Irish versus Scottish.
Yeah, they just threw stones at each other.
They went out
they
and
don't
stole
throw
each
stones.
other's.
They throw those big ass wooden locks.
No, the big stones, but they would go out and steal each other's cows.
That would be called tossing the caber.
Oh, there you go, the cable.
Whatever.
Yep.
They would just moon each other over the border.
Oh God. So, got a question for you, Mr. Allen.
Yells.
So, are you reloading? You're reloading pistol, right?
Yeah, right now I'm just replenishing some range brass. So
9
115
millimeter.
grain. 115 grain, 9mm, 3.8 tight group with Barry's 115s.
You don't have a 9mm die for the square B deal?
No, I don't actually.
No? Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, I thought that would be a lot faster going to the square B.
Oh, well, instead of going through the square D, I now reload my 9mm on a 750.
Okay.
Yeah, that's faster than square deal.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, the case feeder makes all the difference.
Once you get it running, how many
Steve,
months of
that wasn't
headache?
an old picture. That was recent.
I figured there was a
Yeah,
lot of
in
four-letter
between
words.
the square deal I still have up, and I have it right over there. That one I have set up for 10mm, and so I just leave them set up like this, because really I'm going through more 9mm than I do 10mm. That's fast enough to where it's great for 10mm. It's perfect. So I don't really need any more progressive than the square deal for 10mm, just with the amount of 10mm that I go through. But I needed something a little bit more progressive for the 9. So
Okay, I get you.
Val knew a guy that had this, and Val went down and picked it up and got it shipped over for me.
And that's
So now the only problem that I have with this press is every now and then the case flare die, it just wants to stick on that case flare die. Tips, tricks?
Case flare die? You mean where?
Well, yeah, the powder drop on the powder drop.
Yeah, I've
where
had the
it's
same
also
thing.
flaring my case.
Yeah.
And what do you mean? What do you mean it sticks?
Well, the case wants to stick on the end of the case flare.
Huh.
So every now and then it wants to stick on the case flare.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how do you? What would you just feel it? The resistance in the handle?
Oh,
I think
yeah,
this is
absolutely.
coming. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to do all this at once, but as it goes up, as it goes to try to come off of there, I've got all kinds of resistance at the moment. I know I'm getting you blinded.
Watch how that powder fly out.
But I got all kinds of resistance right there, and then it finally will pop off. And
I mean, are you flaring a lot? Like, is your case like super flared when you do that? Because that's the only time it did it for me is because I adjusted the die. I had it way too high, so it was over flaring, and it
Yeah,
had the tendency.
I was gonna say what Vescovina just said. Maybe take it and polish it. I never had an issue with mine. You know.
Yeah,
Make
the only
sure
time it happened to me is when I was overdoing it. So
Are you tumble washing your brass?
I would say
Side
take it out,
chat.
make sure it's the right flare first, and then just take the polishing wheel to it to the end. That should probably do the trick.
And at this point, I'm thinking I may have to polish it because let me go through the answers side chat's throwing out. Lube, do I wet tumble? Yes, I wet tumble, and yes, I do lube the cases before I put them in a big tub. So I do a very, very light lube of lanolin and alcohol, and I toss it and I leave it in the bag for a little bit before I put them in those. And so it does gas off, but anywho. Thorax, it's a case thing, not a problem with the die. Very good, very, very possible. These are mixed cases.
You know what? Try a different lube. What I do is I have a spray, the Hornady case lube in a spray, and before I have top full of this, I give it a quick spray, and I dump him in a hopper. So it might be the lube that you're using.
Might be getting some buildup.
Yeah, it might be that. I
Yeah.
would before
Or
you do anything else, I would try a different lube, or even you know what? Don't even lube it at all. Don't lube it at all. I mean, pistol cases, it's not
yeah,
big
you
of a
don't
deal.
need to lube pistol
Yeah.
case.
No, and the only and I don't use much, but I take it and I'll put it in a big Ziploc bag, like 300 cases in here, and just like 2 or 3 squirts and toss it in there.
Well,
And I'm only using like 5% lanolin to 90% alcohol.
I know, but the alcohol is what I don't like in this thing. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah?
Try a couple hundred without the lube, or get yourself just a regular case lube, something in the spray.
Yeah, one shot, spray it in.
Well,
Yep.
and I thought about pulling this apart and seeing about just polishing it, but I didn't want to take any material off of this because honestly, it's impossible to get fucking dyes or replacements from fucking Dylan right now.
Tell me about it. I had to wait almost 2 fucking years to get my dyes. Fucking assholes.
Yeah, I would change the lube. Try it without the lube first, and try something else. You know, even without the lube, it's not gonna hurt anything. It should run just fine. You got carbon dyes in there anyway. The lube is just for everything to kind of run smoother. But I use the one shot from Hornady or some other crap, whatever I pick up at the Cabela's when I go there. I just get a spray, just give it a quick squirt. You buy a can of that, it'll last you 2 years.
Oh yeah, I still
When
have
was the
some.
last time? When was the last time you cleaned your dyes?
I never clean my dyes.
Nah, I never clean them.
Actually, I tore this machine completely down about 2 months ago.
I haven't cleaned my dyes for probably 50,000 rounds. So
Hey, Bo,
that's
let me ask you a question, Bo. Are all your Dylan dyes are they carbide?
yes.
Okay. So if you have the metal ones, do you need to lube on them, even if it's pistol?
Technically, you shouldn't be. You don't have to lube them at all, but I put a little.
No, but
lube.
I'm asking because it's a metal dye. Because what happened is that
Yeah,
with
but it's
Dylan,
a metal die, and you're sizing a brass, so
right?
you're sizing a softer metal, so it'll take you forever to actually wet up the metal.
Okay.
So I got a real quick question for the panel before we end up closing shop here. If you buy brass, if you buy brand new brass from some manufacturer, do you wash it first? Anybody?
Yeah, I bought stuff from Starline. Never had to clean it. Usually,
No, when I buy brass, it's clean. When I buy used brass from Capital Cartridge, it's clean. I don't clean it again.
I don't wash it, but I'll resize it. I'll make
Alright.
sure everything's uniform. I don't wash it though because generally it's pretty clean.
Yeah,
We'll start going through the room. Daniel, what you got, man?
Hey, just gonna practice this week, and I'm just got to decide on what I want to do. Is either shoot my pistol or my PCC here at this qualifier. I'm signed up for both, but I really don't think I can do both of them. So I'm going to pick which one I go and do. But that's what I've got going on this week. I'm having fun. I've even signed up for a match next month. Thanks for having me on, folks in the side chat. I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't perform all my sarcastic comments tonight. It's a
You
hard
let me
life
down,
being
Daniel.
retired. Just retired,
You let-
shooting, reloading. You know, it's a really strenuous life I'm leading here.
you let me down, man. You let me down.
I know. Well, hey, you had Mario win, so I had to be somewhat civil, because I didn't want to hurt his delicate feelings. Those dirty little green creatures are so sensitive.
Always a pleasure, Daniel. Mario, Battle Bean, what you got, brother?
Oh, not much, man. I got the. I'm actually working on this whole thing, the podcast thing. Doing a little more research on it, and afterwards, I'm gonna do an announcement video on it. And that's about it, really, man. Because it's too damn hot to do any reloading right now. So just gonna chill and relax and try to stay hydrated. Appreciate you having me on.
Always a pleasure, man. I'm looking forward to the podcast. And anything I can do to help you, let me know. Jamie, what you got, brother?
I'm going to be working on the second episode of 308 Winchester this week. Hope y'all watch it. The first one's out. I hope y'all like it. Thanks for having me, Scotsman. Appreciate you, brother.
Absolutely, man. Always a pleasure. Val, what you got, man?
Well, thanks for having me here. Thanks for the side chat. Not a whole lot. I shot again today. Hopefully, I got the video of all the stages, so I can put another match video together. Next week, planning on shooting a 2-gun match, not too far from here, from a fairly new club. So we'll see how that goes. And other than that, yeah, I might actually upload some more videos on my building channel. So if you're not subscribed, go check out my Boulder Building channel.
Awesome, man. Appreciate you. It's we had a good chat. Lots of good folks out there. Side chat was popping pretty good, so appreciate everyone out there. If you haven't seen the Winchester video, please go over and check that out. Make sure you get the ball as well, and check out the 10 millimeter he's got going. And let's try and do our best to help out Lakeview. With that being said, Allen, take us out right, brother.
All right. Yeah, great chat. Have some great panel members in here. I definitely want to thank Alaskan Ballistics for showing up, and the sexiest man on YouTube, Mr. Mario Mosen. But other than that, you can look forward to 15 videos coming on my channel, maybe in the next 15 years. Other than that, keep them magazines loaded and one in the chamber.